Get ready to meet some of the most bizarre and unusual plants on Earth. From strange shapes to unusual survival strategies, these unique specimens will leave you amazed. Fairy lantern. With no leaves or chlorophyll and incapable of photosynthesis, the delicate fairy lantern certainly deserves a spot on the list of the strangest plants. It derives its nutrients from underground fungi through a process called mycoheterotrophy, and is only visible when it blooms, producing a tiny flower that measures just 10 to 18 millimeters in height. This species was first identified by Italian botanist Odoardo Beccari in 1866, but it remained undiscovered until 2018. Thurber's stem sucker. It lacks both roots and leaves, consisting mainly of tiny flowers that emit a strong, fruity fragrance to attract pollinators. Flowers rarely sprout directly from a plant's woody stems, but these diminutive blooms don't even belong to the plant whose stem they are sprouting from. Thurber's stem sucker is a tiny parasitic plant that grows within the tissues of other species in the deserts of southern USA and Mexico. Hydnora africana, resembling an extraterrestrial being that has landed on Earth, the flower of Hydnora africana is native to the deserts of southern Africa. This unique plant lacks roots, leaves, and chlorophyll, living almost entirely underground aside from its flower. It acts like a subterranean vampire, using suckers on its stem to extract nutrients from the roots of its host, the shrubby Euphorbia mauritanica. The only indication of this plant's presence above ground is when the flower bud emerges, swells, and unfurls into a striking pink bloom. Nepenthes loei. They resemble toilets on a stick. Introducing Nepenthes loei, the only known plant that actively collects and consumes feces. This funnel-shaped plant features a permanently open lid coated in a sugary nectar, enticing its regular visitor with a sweet tooth. The mountain tree shrew. The wide, shallow funnel provides the perfect spot for the shrew to relieve itself while enjoying a meal. Positioned right above the plant's opening, the shrew's droppings are conveniently caught. Dracula orchid. Orchids are the largest family of plants on Earth, boasting around 28,000 recognized species that showcase a remarkable variety of forms. Some of these wonderfully diverse flowers even closely resemble completely different objects, ranging from swaddled babies and laughing bees to flying ducks and naked men. Among them, those in the genus Dracula, like Dracula benedictii found in Colombia, are often called monkey face orchids, because many people perceive a likeness to monkeys rather than a fearsome Transylvanian count. Rainbow eucalyptus. It's hard to rival the vibrant display of autumn colors in trees, but it's usually the leaves that capture our attention, not the bark. The rainbow eucalyptus stands out by showcasing its beauty year-round. With over 700 species, eucalyptus trees are quintessentially Australian, much like the koalas that feed on their leaves. However, the rainbow eucalyptus is one of just 4 species that aren't native to Australia, instead thriving in Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and the Philippines. Unsurprisingly, it has become a popular ornamental export. Flying duck orchid. No prizes for guessing how the flying duck orchid got its name. The only slight letdown is that this extraordinary Australian plant isn't pollinated by waterfowl. Instead, its resemblance is purely coincidental, as it attracts male sawflies for pollination. This species was first described from a specimen collected in 1803 at Bennelong Point, now the site of the Sydney Opera House. Today, it can still be found in coastal habitats across Queensland, New South Wales, and Tasmania.